All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's news and notes video, which I promised. We'll be doing these as many Tuesdays as possible. If there's stuff going on, like there is now, we'll be here and we'll tell you about it. So, of course, the big news today, and I know a lot of you weren't able to see it because it turned out to be on Zoom rather than Facebook, and a lot of you don't have Zoom. The press conference went on for the formerly Mississippi Seawolves, now the Biloxi Breakers. It is official. That is the name. You've seen the mock-up of the jersey. I think it looks pretty good, actually. It's a good look. But there's a lot of details, and so we'll break it down. I'll get into some detail as much as possible. I wanted to watch this on my phone, and I couldn't because I don't have Zoom on my phone, so I had to wait till I could come home and see things on my laptop. But anyway, okay, the main points of what happened today. There was an introduction to the community by several people. Of course, owner Chris Bernarski was in there. And one of the things that was discussed was that I want to kind of help fill in the gap a little bit. There's only so much Chris could say from the podium, so I'll presume upon myself to fill in the gap maybe. Chris was in the management group with Barry Soskin before, with the Seawolves. But apparently Soskin did not divulge any information at all with Chris. Chris was basically in the dark as far as the operations, how things were going. And this was one of the big changes that happened this year. Mississippi was one of those teams where the team and specifically the Coliseum management contacted the league and said, we don't want to do business with you anymore. We're done. The team was going to be done. And as things got talked out and worked on, there was a concession given that, we're going to give you new management. We understand Chris Minarski was part of the management team, but he kind of wasn't. So he's going to be taking charge of things. Soskin is out. We're not letting them have any access to the team anymore. Now, the only thing that Soskin did was he took the Seawolves name with him. That's why there had to be a rebrand. All right. Bernarski could have paid Soskin for the Seawolves, the marketing and the logo and all that kind of stuff. And he said, no. I think that's a good decision. All right, so, the team was not going to be coming back until things got worked out between the Coliseum management and the league and Bernarski all working together. And they came up with a deal. Now, because things have been as difficult as they've been, the Gulf Coast Coliseum's management is being very precarious with this. And they said, we'll start you off with a 1-year deal. That's what I got there. It's a 1-year deal. If things are looking good, if there's a good turnout of fans, that's the big thing, is fan support has got to increase. The more fans in the seats, the better. And the better the business is done, the better. If the Coliseum management likes what they see, as far as what's going on during this upcoming year, they'll negotiate for additional year or years after this year. But for right now, it's a probationary period, really. It's 1 year. All right, so There are people involved in the background. We had, I didn't write it on here, but Nate Goslin, he is the assistant GM. I do not know who is working in the official GM capacity right now. That was not talked about. I think it's still being worked on amongst Chris and his team, but Goslin is on staff. Also on staff, albeit part time. Um, she's already done quite an amazing amount of work already. Maria Barr, who is the wife of former Seawolves captain Justin Barr, is going to be the director of social media and community outreach. She really wants to make sure that the players and the team get out into the community on a regular basis, something that didn't happen very much the last couple of years. So that's good. So she's going to be serving in that capacity. Justin Barr is going to be serving in some sort of role. Actually, it sounds like, by the way he talked on the video, he's going to be serving in a multitude of roles. But he has actually stepped away from the fire department. He's a full-time fireman for the last 10 years. He stepped away from that to join officially the Biloxi Breakers staff. So there could be a possibility he kiddingly, or maybe not, hinted at signing a celebrity contract, taking the ice for a day. We'll see. I think that would be fantastic, actually. But anyway, he's going to be working behind the scenes. He's going to be involved in corporate sales and getting sponsorships and working with community outreach and whatever else needs to be done. His official title is not set yet, but Justin Barr is going to be in the front office for the Breakers. So that is very good. So season tickets and and pre-orders for the jersey are available now. You can order them now, and so that's good. So that offers a little bit of clarity. I know that there has been a director of broadcasting hired, but I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to announce that here. But I know they're going to be hiring some other people to work in the front office and do the work that's needed to be done to make sure that things are being run efficiently as a business. So there we go. That's everything that took place with the Biloxi Breakers. And hopefully in another week or two, I can get myself a new magnet. All right. So the Baton Rouge Zydeco are going to be making big announcements tomorrow. So make sure that you're tuned in for that. It should be on their, I believe it's on their YouTube page. I think that's what they said. Double check their Facebook page, see what they say there. I got home, I took some notes down, I watched the conference with Biloxi, and then came out and did this. Yes, this is pre-recorded Monday evening. So yeah, Tuesday, today, as you're watching this, yes, there will be a conference, 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central. They will be announcing their new head coach. They will also be announcing a few player signings. We're past June 1st now, so teams can start signing players. So we will start seeing some announcements like that coming. Speaking of which, as we segue, Danny Martin has agreed to re-sign with the Blue Ridge Bobcats. He will be back. The Bobcats made an announcement on their Facebook page today that yes, Martin will be back in October in the blue, black, and yellow. So that's good news for Bobcats fans. All right, this is going to be a shorter video, but nonetheless, it's still information that we can get out to you. Now, here's something interesting came and was announced, but it wasn't announced by Carolina. All right, this is news regarding Carolina, but an official agreement has been reached. as far as an affiliation between the APHL's Worcester Bulls. Now, that's a brand new team in the APHL this coming year. Now, if you don't know, the APHL is Senior A Semi-Pro Hockey. And the idea of using that level of hockey as a feeder for the Fed has been pitched before. I know that the MIHL, the Michigan Independent Hockey League, has been in contact with Fed teams as far as establishing relationships to get players called up in a hurry. You know, if you have a call up or an injury, something like that, you need someone relatively quick. Make a call. In this case, Carolina can make a call to Worcester and say, "Hey, we need so and so. We'd like to have them dressed in Carolina red and black tonight. You know, can you send them?" So that will be happening. It seems like this is going to be more common. Now, really, this is a bigger deal for the APHL than it is for the Fed. The Fed, you know, there's a lot of recruiting that happens, and even recruiting that's done over the summer. Even if if a specific player doesn't make a team, and they go back to playing junior A, you know, up in Manitoba or something like that. Okay, the relationship's been built, so the team GM can still call that person directly and say, "Hey, would you be interested in joining the team this weekend? I need somebody." So this gives the APHL a little bit more credibility, I think. In my opinion, I still think because you have the two Senior A semi-pro leagues. You got the APHL and the MIHL. The APHL is bigger in size, but I think as far as legitimacy, I think the MIHL is the better of the two leagues. They've been established for a number of years, and several players from the MIHL have played in the Fed. And so, but anyway, it seems like this could be something that happens with other teams down the road where an affiliation is set up. Now, Monroe has an agreement with the Summit City Distillers of the APHL. But ironically, last year, most Distillers players, if they played in the Fed, they played with the Dashers, a little bit closer. So, but nonetheless, it seems like that's been developing. All right, final thing I want to talk about is some of the stuff from the league meetings. There's a lot that still cannot be talked about. I talked to a couple of people who were involved with the meetings, there at the meetings, and they both said the same thing to me. A lot of things are still being worked on. They're not finalized. So I can't say, well, this change is going to happen. It's more, we'd like to see this change happen, but it still has to go through the process. All right. So one thing that I do like is that committees have now been set up. Different committees, different areas. You might have a committee that deals with rosters and PTOs. You might have another committee that deals with the playoffs, the format, travel days, no travel days. You can have a number of committees. The people are assigned to these committees, and they talk about, okay, we'd like to really push to see this. So they work everything out. They make a presentation to the Board of Governors. This is a change that we'd like to make, blah, blah, blah. All right. Then the Board of Governors will vote on this. So it's not just a matter of the executive board just arbitrarily getting together and saying, hey, let's make a change. Yeah, here we go. It's going to be more in the hands and control of the teams. And I really, really like that. I think it's a great, great positive step for the FPHL. Um, and so the use of these committees, I think, is going to really uh, augment and benefit the league. Um, Now, obviously, how do you go about enforcing changes? That's something that's being worked on. We'll see what happens there. All right. So, um, one of the topics that was discussed, no decision was reached. What do we do about the whole live streaming mess? We still don't know. That's still being tweaked and worked on. There are a number of options that are on the table. None have been decided upon. That discussion will happen. Will continue to happen over the next few weeks, but there will be a decision made by late summer as far as how the league is going to handle streaming and how the teams are going to present the games to you, the fans. All right. Talked about the committees. Okay, the schedule. There is a schedule out there, a finished matrix. Already, though, several members of the Board of Governors have said, I'm not on board with this, because when a schedule is presented, all the members of the Board of the Governors have to sign off on it and say, yeah, okay, we accept this. So um, you can call the schedule that's out there now a draft. Um, Notes are being taken as far as what changes need to be made still, what changes owners and governors would like to see. Um, so it's going to be a while before we see a schedule released. I think by the end of June, we will probably have a finished product and we will find out, okay, my favorite team opening night this night against so and so. Here's the schedule. I think it'll be coming within a month. So, all right, I think that is it. Just go over my notes. Yeah, that is it. So, there's news and notes. Again, we'll try and do this as many Tuesdays as possible during the summer. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. And remember, tomorrow, the first edition of Hockey 101, we're going to be talking about icing, offsides, and faceoffs, and something for newer fans. All right, guys, I'm Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Thank you so much, and we will talk to you again very soon.